Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Spirit of Justice. So, now we're gonna do the right answer, because last time I was fooling around and doing the ones that were not the right answer just to see what would happen if we picked them. So, let's go ahead and go with the right answer as to why she didn't prepare for the trick. You didn't prepare for the fire trick because you knew, didn't you? You knew that the body would be found and that the show would have been canceled.
Ah! Don't be ridiculous, you insignificant speck of a man! I'm gonna yank those lame bangs of yours off. Is that what you want? Huh?
Whatever, they can grow back. Oh! Like my courage! Now stop stalling and just tell us the truth already.
I can't reveal my secrets. I'm a magician.
You have been chasing the shadow of an illusionary culprit defense. And having chanced upon a convenient target, you have let yourself get carried away.
Exactly! Where's your proof, huh?
And yet, I can see that the witness's taste for false words has also been proven. I advise you to confine your deceitful trickery to your magic act witness.
Deceitful trickery?
As your court-appointed therapist, I'd like to add something there, Betty. You finally let yourself be who you really are. But if you continue to hide behind lies, you'll just be imprisoning your heart all over again.
Humph. But all these questions mean you're trying to put me in prison for real. So I'll be behind bars either way.
Does that mean you're admitting your guilt?
Of course not. I can't believe you people. Every one of you thinks I did something I didn't do. You... Lobster boy, cue ball geezer, headcase brat, Cerberus monk.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to, think you did something with that kind of attitude. Cue ball geezer? Head case brat? Really?
Hold it. Betty, calm down. Come on now. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Look, I'm not the murderer, I tell you.
Then how did you know the show would be called off before the fire trick?
I told you, we can't reveal our secrets.
This is case 3 of 8 Apollo Justice all over again.
We're under contract.
Oh, well, at least it's a contract and not by magics. Contract? What is she talking about? This is still annoying, though. Be that as it may, you're obviously a suspect in this case. I'm beginning to see the karmic threads that make up the intricate tapestry that is this case. Huh? Allow me to summarize your assertions, defense. First, that the victim was killed in the understage passage. And second, that the witness and the accused are the only two who could have done it. Exactly. What's more, Betty knew that the body would be found, and that the magic show would then be called off. Therefore, it's reasonable to conclude that Betty killed the victim understage. But what if Betty knew that the show would be called off for some other reason? Like what? In the course of my investigation, I found it strange that the dragon set piece fell when it did. That, in conjunction with the body tumbling from the coffin in such a dramatic fashion, all seemed too perfect for mere happenstance. It was as though the entire chain of events had been planned out in advance. Planned out? After deciding to take this case, I scrupulously studied everything I could about the mass media in this country. I read the newspaper, old news reports. I even browsed tabloid magazines. How very industrious of you! I'm impressed! During this process, I learned about a strange practice favored by the TV world. A practice called the hidden camera prank.
Ah!
Betty and Bonny, you knew about this, did you not? About the dead body appearing, the set piece falling, the show being suspended. You two were informed on this plan. By Take-Two TV in advance, correct?
Ah!
Is that true?
Betty, please, let's tell them now. I can't hold it in anymore. Dang it! Fine, you got us. Everything the prosecutor said is true. The TV station paid us to cooperate with them on this plan.
Man, I can only imagine what Trucy's feeling right now.
It was all a prank, a big setup planned out in advance. Mr. Rio's showing up dead in the coffin, the set piece falling down. It was all completely scripted.
It was all a prank? Jesus fuck. Bonny, is this really true?
Yes, Mysterious was supposed to pretend to be dead. That's how it was supposed to go.
So he was in on it too?
That's right. He was supposed to show up dead in the coffin. And then the set piece would fall down. Trucy would be shocked and start to panic. That's how the prank script went.
What? What the heck kind of prank is that? A mean one.
But we never thought he'd actually wind up dead. Yeah, that was the only thing that differed from the script. Poor Mr. Rius.
I'm so completely lost right now. Well, Betty and Bonny, it certainly sounds like you have some explaining to do.
All right. I guess desperate times call for desperate measures. Just this once we'll share how it was done for you. So listen carefully. You'll never hear this kind of thing anywhere else.
Oh my god! These two are too much. The little tiny bat that comes out. Jesus.
After our teleportation trick, I went down understage. When Mr. Rius' body appeared from the coffin on stage, it was time for Betty to do her job in the understage passage. That's right. I used the remote control for the winch connected to the dragon set piece and made it fall down. And just before the dragon fell, I called Trucy to the backstage so she wouldn't get hurt. After that, the plan was for Mr. Rius to come back to life in front of a panicked Trucy. He was supposed to laugh and fly up and away. That was how it was scripted anyway.
You know what? I feel like Trucy would both be offended, but at the same time find this funny too.
But for some reason, he really did turn up dead. So he just kind of stayed on the ground.
What kind of sick joke is that? It sounds like a terribly mean-spirited prank to me. The poor defendant was trying to do her magic show.
I guess so. I'm sorry, Trucy. Huh, whatever. It was all the ratings Raja's idea anyway.
Yeah, it sounds like just the kind of thing a guy like him would come up with.
This is the prank plan script we got from the ratings, Raja.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Dang it! You made us break our contract. Now we won't get paid.
But where does this all leave us? Who killed the victim, and when? Yes, exactly. Those are the key questions. If Mr. Reyes was only pretending to be dead in the coffin as a part of the prank, then when he was under stage, there would still be life within him. And if that is the case, then Betty, who was also under stage, may be excluded from our list of suspects. This is a problem. Witness, was the victim alive up until they enter the coffin?
Oh, well, now that we've spilled the beans, we might as well show you this video.
Greetings, viewers! It is I, the great Mr. Reyes. We are currently in the middle of Trucy's escape trick. Having snuck through the understage passage undetected, I am now hiding backstage, preparing to play a little prank on Trucy. I'm about to hide in the coffin, which Trucy will stab with her rubber sword. And when the coffin opens, ho-ho, I will be in it, acting as though I've met my maker. Can you imagine the look on Trucy's face? I can hardly wait. He's about to hide in the coffin? Uh-oh. Wow. More good news just brings bad news instead. It would seem the threads of karmic destiny have led us to the truth. The victim passed through the understage passage where Betty DeFame was, and came up into the backstage area. We know this because Mr. Reyes appeared to be backstage when he shot the video we saw. It appears that way, yes. And defense, you proposed the following, did you not? What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? But then, what about this video? This footage was taken just before Mr. Reyes entered the coffin. Oh, so does that mean? Yes, it is horrible but true. The tragedy did indeed play out right there on the stage. When into the coffin where Mr. Reyes was hiding, Trucy Wright thrust her blade. Ah!
See? Told you so.
So, are you saying the incident was a tragic accident that happened during a prank? It would be an accident if the accused had no knowledge of the prank beforehand. So let us ask the accused herself. Miss Wright, did you have prior knowledge of the prank?
What?
Tell him, Trucy! You didn't know anything about it, right?
Of course I didn't. I didn't know a single thing about it.
Let me guess, Nayuta's gonna have something that's gonna prove her otherwise. I hate it when I'm right. Still think you can play innocent, do you? In that case, you leave me little choice but to present this piece of evidence. It looks like some sort of note.
Arrgh! That's...
I found this note in the dressing room after the incident. At the time, I did not understand what it meant, but all is clear to me now. What's this? Let's see, it says, get the video camera after Mr. Reyes comes tumbling out? It is a note signed by the accused, instructing Bonny to collect Mr. Reyes' video camera from him, it seems. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
I found it in the dressing room before the show. When I saw it, I realized that Trucy knew about the prank.
It does bear her signature. I'll give you that much. I bet it's also forgery, though, considering the clipboard we found in the investigation. So the defendant had prior knowledge of the prank. This is such a mean-spirited thing, though. What has Trucy done? Trucy has done nothing wrong. Why is people doing this to her? It would appear so, yes. When she learned about the plan to trick her, she decided to use it to her own advantage. So she thrust the steel sword into the coffin where the victim stood chuckling to himself. Is that not what happened, Miss Wright?
Of course not, and I didn't write or sign that note.
Ah, but the handwriting matches yours. All of the evidence and testimony points to you being the culprit.
But I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Then explain the existence of this note. You can do that, can you not?
I can't explain it. I didn't write it, so I don't understand. I didn't kill Mr. Rios. You have to believe me.
I believe in you, Trucy. Oh, but seriously, this whole case is so fucking mean. The silence is deafening. Continue struggling against the threads of your own karma if you wish, accused. Even as you are inescapably caught in the web of fate you spun for yourself. Miss Wright, it is time to resign yourself to your fate.
No, I didn't do it.
Ha! I knew it! That sweet-looking girl, a murderer? She took all of us in with that act of hers. Told you I knew she was a homicidal little witch from the start.
But I didn't do it. I really didn't do it. Why doesn't anyone believe me?
Shut up, you killer! We won't fall for that anymore! This is bad. That was gross to read. Your Honor, I suggest we put an end to this tragedy now. Give your official ruling, and let us offer the victim's soul the last rites it deserves. Very well. I suppose I have no other choice. This court hereby finds the defendant, Trucy... Hell fucking no! We do not accept this! This is such a better case 2 than DD's case 2. The defense has an objection!
Apollo!
You. Even now you would... I won't give up, and I refuse to let either of them down. Mr. Wright, who's counting on me, and Trucy, who's put all of her faith in me. Mr. Justice, the fact that you have raised an objection means that you have evidence which to refute the prosecution's claims, correct? Yes, of course, Your Honor. Do we really have anything, Apollo? Actually, we do. There's one piece of evidence we can present here. Very well, Mr. Justice, you may proceed. As we saw in the show footage, there's no question the defendant thrust the sword into the coffin. The defense doesn't dispute this point. But let us not forget that this was a magic show filled with tricks and illusions. We can't take everything we see as face value. So you're saying some sleight of hand was somehow involved? Yes, the defense contends that the sword the defendant used was not the cause of death. Now what was it that Trucy told me she did just before she thrust the sword into the coffin? Very well. Let us see your evidence then, Mr. Justice. But remember, you interrupted my verdict to make this claim. Oh boy, you will be severely penalized if I find you are bluffing. That's fine, Your Honor. This shows that it's possible that the sword Miss Wright used was not the cause of death. The sword stand, if I can get to it. What's this? A sword from the show. That's right, Your Honor. This rubber sword was in the sword stand under stage. During the trick, Miss Wright was supposed to swap the real sword for a rubber sword, and she told us on record that she remembers very clearly that she did. I see, so the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin was a rubber sword, was it? But then why was the steel sword found lying on the stage? Somebody must have put the steel sword there by swapping it with the rubber one. Just after the incident occurred, the dragon set piece fell and the theater was evacuated. The real culprit must have used the resulting chaos to swap the rubber sword for the steel one. Do you not know when to give up, stink bug? That is not possible. Blood was found in the coffin hole that the sword was thrust into. It must have been left there when the accused withdrew the sword. This is incontrovertible proof that the sword she used was the steel one. But that blood could be the result of someone tampering with the crime scene after the fact, after the set piece fell and the audience was cleared out of the theater. There was plenty of time for somebody to plant that blood somewhere. If the sword the accused used was a rubber one, then when exactly do you propose the victim was killed, given that Mr. Rios was alive when he entered that coffin? Finding the answer to that question is precisely why we need to continue this trial. Woo! Let me express my opinion. By all accounts, it is certainly reasonable to suspect the defendant based on the evidence. But as to the question of whether the sword the defendant used was rubber or steel, I believe further discussion is warranted. I suggest we hear from the defendant herself on this issue. Very well, Your Honor. Yes, I saved it! Somehow. Too close for comfort, but still. Let's adjourn for a brief 15-minute recess. I advise the prosecution and the defense to use this time to prepare. To be continued? Which we are going to continue? That was hairy. Tell me about it. We barely made it through by the skin of our teeth.
I can't say I'm crazy about that prosecutor Sadmadhi either. You know, with the way he says let it go and move on as if it's nothing.
Let it go and move on, huh? Whoa, boy, am I interrupting a secret conclave of villains or something? Ugh. Got your next evil scheme in the works already? What do you want? Keep making that face, champ, and everybody's gonna change the channel. Look this way, Trucy. Now smile for the camera. Let's see those pearly whites. Isn't that what the Grammary Creed tells you to do? Oh my god, punch this man. Punch this man. How does it feel, Trucy? Everybody online can't stop talking about you. They're calling you a real witch out there. Could this be the end of Truth Grammari? Go away, you creep! Ooh, what's this? Something just charged into frame. Looks like a yellow gorilla or something. Could it be Trucy's pet? Filming is prohibited inside the courthouse. Do you want me to get the bailiff? They're like right behind us, too. Huh? Filming? What are you talking about? I don't even have a camera on me. What? Huh? What happened to the camera? It just disappeared, right before our very eyes. I'll be enjoying the rest of the Trucy show from the gallery. Have you guys figured out what the heck is Brendan's deal now? Oh, ratings! I'll put out a call for Trucy's fans to come in to support her earlier, by the way. Bet I'll get some great footage out of them. This is gonna be good. Hang loose, baby. Fans, right. That's what we're calling it now, huh? He called in some of Trucy's fans? But for what purpose?
Apollo? That thing Mr. Rettins just did. That was some high-level sleight of hand.
Huh? Why would he know how to do something like that?
I don't know, but he definitely has some serious magic skills.
No way. But I thought he said magicians were all a bunch of good-for-nothings.
Mr. Lawyer?
Oh, hello, Bonny. Can I help you with something?
Well, there's something that's been bothering me.
Really? What is it?
Well, you see... Hey, dummy! What are you whispering to Lobster Boy about? Betty? Who the heck do you think you are? Are you crazy? You want a piece of this? You know you have to talk to me before you do or say anything, you harebrain. But I... Shut your dumb mouth, you dumb bunny. Come with me, now.
Betty, calm down, please. I wonder what was bothering her.
There's no way we're finding that out with Betty constantly hovering over her like that.
Court is about to reconvene. Will you be alright testifying?
Yes, it's just... I wonder what Mr. Rettins has up his sleeve. I doubt he's bringing in actual fans.
Yeah, probably not. I wonder what he has up his sleeves, too. He better not be trying to get under Trucy's skin right now, of all times. You're Trucy Wright and you'll be fine!
Oh!
There goes Apollo with his best trick. That's right, whenever I'm feeling down, I always tell myself I'm fine. Thanks, Clay Taryn!
Alright, I'll give it a try. I'm Trucy Wright, and I'm fine! Thanks, Polly. I think I can do this now.
That a girl. Good luck up there on the stand. You'll do great.
Thanks, I'll be fine. I can do this.
Alright, Justice. You can do this too. Time to focus on the rest of the trial. Still got a bit of time, but we're probably going to stop before she actually gets to the testimony. Court is now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand.
Trucy Wright, magician.
Here comes the liar, the deceitful witch. Throw the murderer in jail. The last member of that criminal troupe. Boo! We don't want to see you on any stage. Such mean spirit, it hurts. Order! The gallery will be quiet or I will have you all thrown out on the spot. What's with all the hecklers? I bet they're the fans Mr. Ratings invited. What a grade A jerk. Well, he's not gonna psych us out. Now then, Miss Wright, this court would like to know if you switched from the steel sword to a rubber one on stage. So please testify about this issue. She's just gonna try and trick us again with her magic. Hurry up and convict her already. Give her the death penalty. Yeah! This is not Korean. Although if this was Japan, I think the death penalty would still happen. Silence, all of you! I won't tell you again. Miss Wright, do you feel able to testify?
Yes, I'm fine, Your Honor.
Trucy, I knew I should have let her go through with this.
I'd like to make a small request. How about, instead of testifying with words, I show you exactly what happened? Would that be all right, Your Honor? You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourselves.
In spite of everything, she's still smiling. Our Trucy is amazing, isn't she? She sure is. She's doing just fine up there. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. She's faithfully following the Troop Grimari's creed even now. She really is something else.
It's showtime for magical girl Trucy Wright. Watch carefully now, everybody.
Okay. We will... Can I save here? Okay, good, I can save here. We will see her performance in the next video because we are out of time now, so we'll save that for that testimony for, like, a fresh start. You know what I mean? Oh, these people in the gallery piss me off.